do anything. Like, I couldn't even drive. It was shit.
So welcome to 100% Real with Ruby. As you just heard a little prequel into what we're talking about, we were just talking about how COVID has really shifted the way that we approach life. Like, people that didn't get a head start before COVID and kept clinging to their coping mechanisms for like emotional eating, whatever it is, like clinging to quick fixes, just going through the motions, not really stopping to figure out what they want and working on themselves. They're still struggling now, but they're not acknowledging it. They're pushing through. They're wanting results yesterday still, but they're going 100 miles an hour faster than they were before, because we were already overwhelming ourselves with bullshit before COVID hit. Then COVID hit, we're in a house, we can't do much with our hands, so then we try to do more shit, and then we're doing all of this shit, and then we're thrown back into real world reality, and we're doing all of this shit plus all of the shit of real world reality, and it's like we just want to rush everything because no one's slowing down. But what Jade and I were talking about was she joined right before COVID hit, and we were starting to make massive progress in her mindset, because she came on not thinking that she could actually make change having PCOS, and believing all of the myths out there. You can't have dairy, you can't have, well, for her, she can't actually have gluten because she's celiac, but she was scared of carbs. And what do you know? Sign up with Ruby, she gets a plan and it's loaded with carbs. What? She was freaking out at it. And I remember her reactions. I'll let her go through the details. But that, on top of when she first started her, like, sending her training videos, going like those huffy puppy reps, not taking her time, doing what most people do in the gym. And then she's like, I'm training my ass off, I'm not getting results, I'm eating clean, I'm not eating carbs. And then enter the carbs, enter more intentional training. Then COVID hit, but I'll let Jade talk about that. So here she is.
Oh gosh, Ruby, how can I go from that? I remember when we first signed up, and like the very first time when you put me on a cut to start with, just to like get my mindset in the fact that, there's, you need to eat and understand that you don't have to eat something different every single meal and every single day and every single week. And I actually was like so hungry because I was so used to like gorging myself to stupidity that I actually started crying one day at work, going, so hungry. And then a week later, next thing you know, I'm like fucking 1,200, like what is it? 2,100 calories with all these carbs at every meal, and I'm like, I can't fit this in. It's too much food.
So it's kind of funny that when you're thrust into like having to force yourself to eat a different way because you don't have a lot of food to play with, you learn a whole new way of eating, because it's like, I can't eat the same foods and not be hungry, so I need to change the way I'm eating. So in changing the way she ate, now she's just like, are you sure this is going to get me results? There's so much food.
I remember some days like I like trying to stuff the food from my program into my face so I could eat it. Like I remember mixing like a couple of my meals together just so that I could feel that I wasn't eating so many meals when I first started with all those things. And then next thing you know, I was like, so when do I go up to the next lot? When am I getting more calories? Can I eat cereal yet?
I remember that so much. Like, from someone who was really scared of carbs and scared that much food was going to make her actually gain more weight, when she started off pretty damn overweight. And you can imagine any PCOS body, like most of her body fat was stored around her hips, her bum, her stomach, like a typical apple shape. And here she is on 2,100 calories, but she had a lifestyle that was active. She wasn't training days and days at the gym. In fact, I cut out half the shit she was doing. She was in there for like 5 days, no cardio. That was all lifestyle walking stuff. And the biggest part of all of this is that she actually trusted the process. And so many times, I know I see my own girls doing this, so I know there are people out there that do that. They doubt what they are given as their blueprint, and they cheat their plan. Oh, I'll take out some calories from this meal and then some from this meal. Maybe I'll get results faster. There's no way that all this food is going to get me results. Undercutting yourself is actually going to set you back more. So maybe you can talk about the things that you used to believe that got totally overturned and what you started to see when you began to eat more food and just create a lifestyle out of it.
Well, one of the biggest things when we were, like, not just the food, but like, you know, the food helped me learn how to, like, mindful eating, like sitting there and actually not having my phone and actually just taking the time and breathing while I eat instead of engulfing the food, you know, like taking the time to eat it and actually cutting out time where I'm not like doing things for other people or for other people and just being there for myself, you know, and then, you know, like not having to have, not being so strict on every aspect of my day and actually having some cutout time and some free time and some thinking time and waking up with more of a positive note because I've actually slept for the first time in 20 years. Like, you know, the food itself would help me sleep. And I didn't realize that all of that would actually work. And it wasn't the fact that I had to go and smash myself at the gym to make myself tired so I'd sleep through the night. It's like, every single little bit of the mindset thing, which started with how I ate, changed the way my entire life was. Like, I started realizing, you know, like, I'm first, your shit is your shit. And that literally stemmed from the very first day when we literally just were talking about little pieces of what I do in my day and, you know, not taking the time in for me. Like, it was massive. And, you know, like, I also remember when I had a sweet tooth, we made the Black Forest cake.
Oh yeah,
wheat fix that were amazing with the diet jelly.
And then there was a thing. Can I have cherries? Oh yeah, and then we started adding cherries into it. It's just like
we're making cherry ripe breakfasts, and then I made and then the pancakes. Oh my god, I had pancakes nearly every day.
The thing
and
is,
burgers.
When you listen to this, she's getting excited over food. Like, who in their mind who wants to lose weight, who starts off looking like a bloody apple, is excited about eating carbs and food? And in this process is when she lost so many sizes, like, because something she mentioned, which I should have actually introduced this with, is the fact that the first thing I was asking was her lifestyle. The first thing I was implementing is, you're having self-care Sunday. You're enjoying yourself. No one comes before you. And I remember she started boasting her own wins. She started amping herself up. I'm the motherfucking queen. Like, she was not like that before. And when clients go from someone who's so self-conscious, someone who doubts everything, who dismisses themselves, to actually cheering themselves on, that is when you start to see the most progress, because you're enjoying the journey. And, like, tell me about the changes you actually saw through the process, not only mindset, but
well, it's like the first day I went to the gym, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna wear my crop top because it's hot. And I'd never done that before in my entire life. And there I was in booty shorts, a crop top with my long fun socks on, doing deadlifts I was Romanian deadlifts and squat day, I think that was. And here I am, like, you know, with a little belt on. I'm like, fuck yeah, I look awesome.
I love it.
And, like, you know, didn't give two hoots who was in the gym. Like, I used to walk in there, headphones on, like, hat on. Don't look at me. No one can see me here at the gym.
I remember that part. And then you started posting more photos of yourself online, which is something you never did before, because here I am, like, post yourself in the group, like, actually share yourself in the group. And then here she is sharing every freaking thing because she's found this confidence bloody trait that was dug up in her.
Oh yeah, and, like, you think about it, like, we started just before COVID, and then during COVID, here I was working night shift, you know, working, like, you know, 12 hours sometimes and not having much time, getting up in the mornings.
I remember, okay, I just remembered a part of our coaching where you were so stressed out when you got the call that you had to do night shifts. And you were like, I always stuff this up because my meals are going to be everywhere now. I'm always either hungry or not hungry, or craving foods or not craving foods, and I don't know how to do it. I'm like, chill the fuck out. We got the plan. Let me get on to the plan. I will get the plan to you, and we're just gonna. And then you came to me like 2 days later. Holy shit! Like, I actually got control over this stuff. I actually want you to lead into the COVID whole talk, but because there would have been elements from before you started preaching with me, what do you struggle with the most that people listening to this can relate to? Because there are so many women out there that would have went through the same struggles, same misbeliefs, same doubt, same I can never do this again. I can never trust another program or coach or whatever the hell again.
Well, all I got taught when I first started with another coach, they dropped me down to 1,200 calories. I was depressed all the time, tired all the time, couldn't be bothered going to the gym, didn't want to do everything because I didn't have the energy. And then I like, and to me, like, it's not sustainable. You can't do that for long. Like, you know, it then made all my hormones go to shit as well. And I was like, you don't have to starve yourself just so that you can actually look good, because it's not going to work. It's not sustainable. You're going to crash, you're going to burn, and you're going to gorge. Like, you know, and then you're going to have sugar cravings because you think that's the only thing that's going to keep you awake, instead of actually eating decent meals. And like, the amount of people, like when I was doing night shift, even before before the COVID stuff, when I was doing it and I was eating all the food, I was like, how the hell do you eat that? And I'm like, it's mind. It's all about your mind. Like, it's not about, I can't do this and I can't do that. Like, you don't have to have a V just so you can stay awake and then eat lollies all night shift. Like, just have good meals, and like Charlie is trying to get my attention. That's my dog. But everyone like kept saying to me like beforehand, like, oh, you're getting too old and you've got issues with your hormones and you can't do this and you can't do that. You shouldn't be lifting this and you shouldn't be lifting that. And, weights make you bulky. All of those bullshit things that people say.
It's sad that we're made to believe so much of this stuff. And I remember Jade first messaged me when I put up a post on PCOS, and she's like, I need your help me. And then straight from there, like the rest is history. You need to be able to trust yourself again, and you need to be willing to ask for help and do the work there. You need to let go of those old beliefs. But it is so hard to do it's just so hard to do if you don't actually slow down first. And with the whole COVID thing has made that so difficult for people to do. But it's also, why the hell are we in such a rush everywhere?
Well, I think the COVID thing, like, because so many people are either locked in their home or still work from home, and they forget that routine is a really important thing. And it's the little rituals, not just like, I got to get up and I've got to do this. It's like your little small rituals, like you get up, you have your coffee and your time, and you drink your water or whatever it is that you'd like to do in the morning, and you keep that even though you're working from home. Get out of the house, go for a walk. Don't think that you have to be in home because you're working from home. Like my biggest thing is like every day now, obviously we'll get to the point of why I'm like the way I am, is I get up and I take my dog for a walk. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock, depending on what I'm doing for the day. It's freezing in Victoria, like minus degrees, taking a dog who is just a nightmare half the time because he's still a puppy for a walk, because God forbid I couldn't do that. Like, but like it's my ritual. It's my everyday ritual. It's like your bedtime rituals is so important.
See, all of them are important. This is a thing, and I put up a post today. I don't give a shit about after photos. And it's ridiculous that people are all about the before and afters they see online. Like, I can put up all my comp prep people that made massive changes in 6 weeks, going from a normal average person to like thick skin shredded. Like, people are gonna want me to get that after body, but that is not sustainable. Yet everybody thinks it is when they see it online. Like, I can get you shredded, but you're not gonna stay shredded.
Like my before and afters were not 6 weeks to 8 weeks apart. Like during our sessions that we did together, we had my before photo, which was insane, and I was like, as you say, an apple. And then like you have my actual like progress photo. And it was 12 months, I think it was, or 18 months, I think. And everyone's there going, oh my God, I can't believe, how quick did you do that? Quick? Mate, it was a lifestyle change, not a fucking, like, this is my journey. This is my life. It's not a bloody race so I can fit in a tiny little bikini and go to the beach by summer. Like, this whole summer bodies are made in winter shit. Fuck off.
But look at the fact that you're actually still able to maintain your body not as it was. Like, 2 years later, 3 years later. And this is the thing, like, it's not about that 12-week, 6-week, 8-week body. It's about what you can keep 6 weeks after that, 10 weeks, 30 weeks after that, which most people are not doing. Yet no one, it's almost like that whole, oh, I'll just smoke, I'll just drink my heart out. Who gives a shit? No one cares. That's not going to happen to me. Fast forward freaking like 10 years and you're paying the consequences. You don't care about that now, but you will care about it then. And I feel really bad for judging this person, so I'm sorry. But there's this person at the gym that she's best friends with the wife of the guy that does this. And I see people in the gym, like, she's not the only one, and they're the only people I judge. Like, I judge them because of I know what they're doing. He owns a supplement store, and he does these crazy preps and transformations and 8-week packages, buy this list of supplements, have this burning shake thing in the morning, blah, 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 cuts carbs out, puts them on water loads for, like, it's for an end date. It's like I think it's like 8 weeks or 10 weeks of some type of challenge. And he does water cuts for a challenge while they're still training their ass off, but they're doing like this whole stupid thing for 8-10 weeks. And then you see them a couple months later and they're balloons. Like, they have so much body fat on them. And I'm just like, I know what you did. And I know what you did after that. And I know why. And I know who did it to you. And there's like 4 of them at my gym that are the exact same extra body fat. But the thing is, it's not healthy. Every single time you rebound your fat back, you actually gain more fat cells in different areas you never had them before. And fat cells are toxic sites. They are not dead cells. They let out hormones and other signals to your body that are so bad for your health. But the fact that this is glorified, the fact that it's sold, and the fact that they don't care because they're young and they're training their asses off 7 days a week doing stupid shit, like, they're not going to be thinking ages away. And it's sad when a couple of them are like mothers as well. It's like, what habits are they going to be teaching their kids? Like, I'll let you take that away now to talk about more about the COVID and then transitioning out of COVID to where you are now.
Well, COVID is where I built my body. So, I had my little gym set up in the actual garage that my staffy at the time, Reju, would lovely helper he was, would always help me, especially with like, my bear stances and stuff like that, the things that he used to make me do.
Weight for your body.
When I'm on the ball doing my chest press, because I obviously don't have a bench and all that sort of stuff, and there's the dog trying to help me out, jump on me. But and then all these really random things that we used to do, like with the towel, doing like my hamstring curls on those tiles.
It's gamifying it and making it fun. But I think one really big part here to hone in on is, you don't go to a coach to get a training program or a diet. You go there for the support, the accountability, the actual direction, and them calling you out on your shit when you want to cut your calories more, but they're not supposed to be getting cut, or when you need to do split squats for like 2 holes at the bottom and actually slow them the hell down. And I remember when you sent me the squat video and you're doing this weird thing, like bopping up and down. I'm like, dude, count to like 20. That will be your 3 seconds. The squats improve dramatically. Like,
yeah,
it's the whole accountability part that people miss out on. But
well, it's like I was doing deadlifts for years, and then you turned around and said, nah, you're not doing deadlifts, or you took them completely off me. You're not allowed to do them, because I couldn't do them. I had all these people telling me how to do them, all these trainers, but yet they never taught me how to brace properly, how to push my feet through the floor properly. So I had all these stupid habits where I'm just like, woo, woo.
Yeah, exactly. And then as soon as we went back to deadlifts post-COVID, all of a sudden, holy shit, I can actually deadlift. Like,
I think my favorite exercise still to this day is the anchor squats with the overhead.
mm-hmm.
They are still a killer to this day, but they are still my favorite because they were so slow and so scary when I first started them. And I'm like, are you sure I'm supposed to lean back this far?
it's
I'm
funny.
gonna fall.
It looks so simple on paper, but it's really not.
Oh my god.
Like when you get proper programming, shit that looks simple on paper is actually really damn hard. And the biggest thing with Jade was that she was freaking consistent and she showed up regardless. And that's another thing where she mentioned the deadlifts. It's people get so attached to an exercise, to an identity, to a way of doing things that just keeps them stuck. And the worst is when you just finish like losing weight and then you're too scared to eat more food. But here Jade was, because she's been with me for like months and months now. Oh my God, when do I get to eat more calories? When do I get to eat more calories? So I bumped them up to the first predicted maintenance. And like she adapted to that and was really hungry after like 2 weeks. And then I bumped them up again and she's like, can I have more food? And I'm like, we have to wait it off and then we'll increase it again. And then she got it increased again. Like, people are too hesitant to do that because they think you still need to do the same shit with your food to keep the weight off.
I think we got up to like 2,350. I think that was it before I finished, like before my accident. It was like something ridiculous.
I think we went up a little bit higher. It was like 2,200 and something, and then we went up to like 2,500. I'm pretty sure there was a 5 there.
It was pretty high.
I think it was 2,500. It was the carbs that freaked you out because they were like 280 or something.
Yeah, it was a lot of carbs. It was great.
It was like close to 300. But
yeah, cereal for breakfast, cereal for dessert. It was amazing. I loved it.
I actually want to touch on one more thing before I talk about what is the most important part, and that's protein. Because so many people in conversations, like I would check some of my clients' food diaries that are macro trackers, even though they have a nutrition plan to help them hit their macros, and even though they have me to ask, and even just checking random people I have on my fitness pal going through their thing, and then you see like random days of under eating. This is not my clients, thank God, but you see days of under eating, and you're just like, okay, cool. And then you just scroll through more and more, and it's like, whoa, a 3,800 calorie day. At least they tracked it. That's a good thing. But then you see like days not tracked on some other people's, and you're like, But beyond that, people not prioritizing eating a shitload of protein in the first half of the day wonder why they have cravings at night. Wonder why they want sweet foods all the time. And here Jade is like, I don't even have the cravings anymore. I got my ice cream. I got my chocolate. I got my chocolate Wheat Bix bowl. I have zero cravings. And she's eating all of the protein, and her body composition is changing because she knows, because I teach it in the inner circle, the power of protein. And eating the right protein amount for you is not what a lot of people say it is. But hey, people just want to make it look to the book or whatever it is. But anyway, we'll talk about where Jade is now. And it's she had really, really good habits leading into this. And like you heard her say, the lifestyle changes. Like people don't realize how much pushing yourself in the gym and adhering to a nutritional protocol changes your life, because then you get some structure in your life, you get discipline, and it leads into other areas of your life. And they're things that Jade has kept now, even after this. So I'll let you talk about that now.
Well, once obviously we did so much work, and you had to deal with so many of my emotions at the very start, but all the work we did together, because we did a lot of emotional development as well, and starting to love myself more. I started to see toxicity in my life and what needed to change. So I had like a job that I liked the people I worked with. I didn't like the people I worked for. I didn't like the culture that they were installing upon us. And I had issues with, a couple of family members because of the way that they would suck the life out of me. I didn't see it at the time until we worked on me first. And then from that, and I also have a daughter who's now 20, love her to death. I know, 20 years old now, freaking out, who now lives on her own in Hawthorne, goes to uni. Like, you know, she had crippling anxiety when we first started working together. But by me working on myself and her seeing me and me working on myself has helped her. And this is my biggest win. Like, of all it, like, well, she's with my little girl, is it seeing me develop and grow and become me and who I was helped her realize her worth as well. So she saw that, you know, she could do things for herself. She went and got the help that she needed as well. And she now can go out. She went and found her own house by herself with crippling anxiety. Like, she did all that herself. Like, that's awesome. And then I cut out all these toxic people. And you and I were talking, and you know, had someone ask, say, you need to go for this job. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I went for the job, and I got it that same day I went for it. Like,
I remember that day. All right, you actually made me cry. Do you remember I sent you a video? I'm like, I'm crying.
And I love my job. I get to help so many people. Like, yes, there's ups and downs because I work with like hundreds of people dealing with their dramas every day, but I don't take that on myself and take it home. And then, you know, I met my man, who I absolutely adore, who we actually met just, we've known each other for a while because we used to work together as well. And he helped support me to go to get this job as well. So I had all these amazing people that were just gravitating towards me because I'd gotten rid of all this toxicity in my life because I'd been focusing on me and focusing on what I need and everything else. And all of that just then flourished throughout my life. So, you know, I got the job I wanted. I got a partner after being on a man band that Ruby puts you on.
Yeah, but like she was on a man band because she kept attracting toxic men. Like,
yep.
after I think it was the third one. After the third one, I'm like, dude, seriously, man band. Like, no more dating.
There was quite a few of us on man bands, so we're all supporting each other through a man band.
Like, it's ridiculous how, like, you will keep gravitating towards the same toxic relationships until you fix yourself. Because until you work through something, it's going to keep showing up. And if it doesn't show up in relationships, it's going to show up in your food issues. You're going to keep emotionally eating that same thing, binge drinking, whatever it is, around the same emotions until you slow fuck down and acknowledge them. And it gets, like, because I'm such an involved coach and I care so much, it gets me so, like, frustrated to the point I want to cry when I see people going through the same cycles, because I know how to fix this shit and I can't fix it because I'm not you. Like, you guys need to, like, anyone listening to this, the reason why you keep repeating old habits that don't serve you is because you haven't slowed down to question where they're coming up, why they're coming up, what emotions are around them. Who do you want to be? So many of the time, we are trying to avoid who we hate within us so much, what we want to avoid. I did this video for you guys. I remember you being on that live call. You don't want to focus on what you're moving away from. You want to focus on what you're moving toward. How do you want to feel? We did a vision board with how you want to feel. What are the power words that you want to have? Because when you know,
post on our wall, our power words.
I know that, like, the power words that we develop are the ones that actually serve you through the tough times, because, like, is this allowing me to feel this way? Is this going to serve me? And it's that development that actually sees results. It's not focusing on the results themselves.
Yeah. Oh, mate, like, so much changed from working with you in me. And it wasn't just like, and I kept saying, you know, every time I thanked you, like, it's not me, you're doing the work. It's not me, it's you. And I'm like, no, but you're helping me get to where I'm going. And, like, you know, now, and then, like, I had all these people when I was going through all my transformation stuff that we were doing and everything like that, that started going, you know, you're inspiring me to come to start training and go to gym and go for walks and do this. And I'm like, okay, that's a bit weird. No worries. Okay. Like, it was freaking me out because I had all these people going, oh my God, like, I'm so inspired about you. And I'm like, okay.
I love it so much. Like, and it's that habit, like, even now, she had a little motorcycle accident, and even despite all of the injuries that she's going through, like, there are people that I know, like I know you know this, but I don't know if you know I'm still dealing with it. I have the worst hamstring injury right now that I did over a year ago. To the point that I couldn't walk in December. And it got like, I love deadlifts, and I couldn't deadlift for like 4 months. And then I still couldn't deadlift. And then I started doing them again back in March. And then I took them out again and just started doing like deadlift accessories. And after putting in all the work and having to scale everything back without the fear of, oh, now I'm not doing enough, I'm not maxing this out, I'm not maxing that out, like so many people do, I've been able to actually heal my hamstring to a point where now I'm nearly doing everything normal again, except the fact that I'm now a sumo deadlifter, not a conventional deadlifter. But it's being able to have mind management skills. And that is something that Jade has developed and strengthened, not only in her relationships and at work, to be able to deal with the shit that she emotionally deals with in the job because of what her job is, but she's at a point where she can't even weight train right now. And she hasn't blown up into the same apple that she was. She hasn't gone back to the same bad habits that she used to have, eating all the sugar, hardly eating, then eating all the things. She has some consistency in there. And yeah, okay, she's not in the mindset to eat completely to a plan that is going to get these end results, but she knows that this is a temporary thing. And she knows that when she's back at it, she's going to be able to start making those same changes again, because her mindset never faltered from that. It's just, when you go through hard shit, you need to accept what you went through. Everyone in here listening to this podcast has gone through something disgustingly putrid. And you all have, because there is not one person that went without a lockdown. And that shit is just like having an injury. Nothing like Jade's, but it is just like having an injury if you did not yet start working on yourself. And even if you did, it impacted you in some way. Heck, I am way into my personal development, like beyond my personal development for myself. I don't even body check before I go to the gym, and I go to the gym with freaking inside out crop tops. Like, I'm through that, but it has showed up in other areas of my life. And until you slow down and realize that it did, you're not going to work through it. Until you slow down and realize what it is you actually want and how you want to feel, and realize that a number on the scale and a body isn't going to solve that, and working it out at the gym isn't going to cure your self-care. The gym is not therapy. It is good for your mental health, but it's not therapy. And if that is your only crutch for therapy, what's going to happen when that's not there anymore? And Jade had to go through that herself, but she has that thing within herself, and she's developed a network of people that support her because she did the work. So I'll let you carry away that bit.
What do you want me to talk about?
How your mind management and how you've managed to not just get into a place of, I'm in a hole because I'm into it and I can't do anything.
Well, because it was the 2nd of April last year, so 2021. I was in a motorcycle accident where I came off, and we were still in the mix of our coaching relationship. And you tried to tailor things after I had a bit of a down period for a few weeks, but because I'd broken my coccyx, done damage to my lower back, neck, broken my left thumb, broke both my big toes, and constant headaches. And then I had to go for 2 surgeries on my hand to try and fix it. So we were trying to manage and get some sort of training, but every time I would do legs, I'd lost my balance because something happened during the accident. So I was like, okay, well, I can't do that. And we tried so hard to try and do some sort of training, and nothing would work at the time because I just needed to stop. I just needed to take a breath, relax, and realize that it's okay that I can't do it. And I can't be frustrated about the fact that I can't do it. I just have to allow my body to just be and just rest and start to relax and then heal. And you have to allow yourself to heal, no matter whether it's an emotional healing or it's actually physical healing. You've got to allow it to happen. If you try and do everything and try and keep up everything all the time because, you know, like you've gone through some personal matter or you've gone through like an injury like me or like Ruby and you don't stop, you actually make yourself worse in your mindset again. Because you're just like, well, why can't I do it? I did it for so long and I was always good at it. Why am I not doing it now? You know, you got to stop. You can't be angry at yourself because you can't do something.
I love that. And I wrote about this ages ago because I used to be a powerlifter and I used to lift almost 4 times my body weight with deadlifts. And every time I look back in my memories, here I am, strong person, lifting this heavy ass weight. And I also did comp rep, looking back at those when it comes up. It's funny because I don't have the attachment to them, but I'm trying to imagine someone who does now. But it's almost like when you see these parts of you that were in better shape from where you are right now, like actually there is something that a lot of people can relate to because I had a little emotional moment that I almost forgot. So I was looking at my photos from 2016 when I got first place, and then I also won the overalls Amanda Doherty trophy. So I had a trophy, I had a crown, and I had my first place. So I had 3 different prizes for this comp because my conditioning, my body, it was so damn, like, it was my best. And just looking at the body, I'm like, damn, I look fucking good. And now that I'm on this side, it's like, I let that body go so bad because I got caught up in needing competitions, in wanting to get leaner, in pushing myself too much. And I'm sure you can even see it now that I'm mentioning it and pointing it out, because no one else would see it except yourself, because no one gives a shit about you except you. No one notices this stuff unless you point it out. And I'm pointing it out right now so you can see it for yourself. I was amazing in my conditioning then. I did get a little bit more amazing for my next comp, but not as well. Actually, yeah, I did. In my green bikini, I got more amazing in that one. But then I took it too far. I wanted to go to the Arnolds, and I prolonged my dieting period over 2 years, doing 8 comps over those 2 years. The first 4 were fine. The last 4 is when I actually started to go worse. My hormones were actually fucked then. And when I got my blood test done, I had no testosterone, like 0. And here I am wondering why I'm lethargic, I'm moody, I'm anxious, I have all these symptoms. And I started storing a lot more belly fat on my belly. No matter, I was eating 1,300 calories. And this was after the comps when I was doing powerlifting. I'm trying to make weight for 56 kilos because here I am, I need another comp to like stick to. But like, I knew what I needed to do because, hey, I'm a coach. I was putting everyone through it. I'm like, it's working for them. It's working for my clients. My clients are getting amazing results. Why is it working for me? Because you're not applying the same principles, you dipshit. But anyway, like literally. So this was in 2017, 2018. In 2018 is when I actually started being like, no shit, Sherlock. So 2018 is when everything started improving. But 2017, 2018 is when I was going through that cycle of trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing, why I'm gaining more fat, eating 1,300 calories. I'm training 7 days a week. I'm doing all of this cardio. And here I am with all this belly fat. Like, I wasn't fat, but I had belly fat that wasn't there before. And no matter how little I ate, there was belly fat. But with all that sorted after that, I was able to come back. And that's this is about Jade, but this is something that I am bringing in where if you push something too far, something is going to give. And now I want you to relate that to something and bring in your experience with that very thing.
Oh, I tried pushing everything. When I went from being so fit and so disciplined, and I had to not have that. I couldn't walk properly, couldn't move properly, I couldn't even put socks on. like you know how like when you've gone from being like be able to do everything for yourself and be able to lift carry all the shopping bags in at once and not even be able to put your socks on anymore or wash yourself or anything like that. It really scares you. Like it 100% scares you. You just you think that no, but I can still do it. I can still do everything. I can still be that person. It's like, no, you just need to stop. And you need to understand that there's a process that still has to happen, even now, like in the recovery phase. Like, it's an important thing to do.
It's, you don't realize what you got until it's gone, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this is something that I wanted to relate to with my car, because when I was thinking about moving states, and I'm like, moving my car. Well, I worked so hard to get this car, and I never appreciated my car as much as I did until I thought about moving states. But the thing is, the way that Jade just said that, and the fact that something happened that she had no control over, everyone, every day, who isn't already achieving their goals, is doing this to themselves. You're doing this to yourself every single day because you can take control. You can direct your life forward to get to where Jade was before her accident, to get to a mindset that she's never lost. But that same thing you can get for yourself.
It's like, I have so many people who turn around and say to me, oh, but I just don't have time, and I just, to go for a walk every day. And I'm like, you have to make it. Like, you have to just go, you know what, I'm going to do a 10-minute walk in the morning, and get up 10 minutes early every day for 2 weeks. It's just little things. You just got to do little things that start at the bigger process. Like, I went from, being able to do all the gym stuff to not even be able to walk down the street. And it was just like, okay, I'm just going to walk down to the road and back. Or I'm just going to walk down 3 flights of stairs to the bottom, to the laundry, and put a load of washing on. Like, little wins, and be excited about all the little stuff, like, that you weren't doing a week ago, but you're doing now, like, that's exciting. Like, right now, obviously I can't do weights, but I'm doing my reformer Pilates to help with all my body problems. But, like, I went from couldn't do a flying kick or whatever they're called, and now forget about it. I'm all there.
Oh, but it's not good enough because I'm not doing weights. That's the mindset. That's the mindset so many people have, though. But that's the thing. And if you don't take time to celebrate your efforts, you're going to keep recycling the same bullshit, because that effort meant nothing. So why would you want to keep doing it?
Exactly. Like, I'm just super proud of where I am now, and the fact that, I've just been told that I possibly need 2 more surgeries. But you know what? That's 2 more surgeries. That's fine. It's just a little setback. It's not, I'm going backwards completely. I just need to take a bit more time to be, to do it all again. And I'm not losing my life. I'm not,
I love that. That's the thing. You're not losing your life. Like,
no.
People lose their life in the process of trying to get their body, but that's freaking self-inflicted. Like, you had it put onto you. Yet people are doing that daily to do shit that they shouldn't be doing because they want the body yesterday.
Or like, they won't go out with their friends because they're like, oh no, I can only eat this amount of calories, so I can't go out with my friends. I can't go out for dinner. It's like, really? Fucking, who cares? Go out and have a nice meal. Go out and do something with your friends. I'm like, it's not just about, oh, I have to cut all these calories out, because if you don't do shit in your life, then you're going to look back and go, wow, I just sat there on the couch counting my calories all day. Like, give a shit. Like, no one's going to remember you because you ate 1,200 calories a day for 60 years. That's not what you're going to be remembered for. You're going to remember because people are like, oh my God, I love hanging out with you because you've just got a vibe. And that's one of the things that people like, that I love when people say about me, you've got a vibe, and you're effervescent.
I love that.
Like, why be that person who has to, consistently say no to everyone and everything in your life because you're so worried about 1,200 calories? Because someone on Instagram said that's what you're supposed to be doing.
TikTok's making everything worse for people now too, because it's like, oh, I got all the free information. I don't need to have guidance. The free information is bullshit. If that's all you needed, you'd be like feeling freaking badass. But that's the thing, people don't look at how they feel as a metric of progress. But you said something I absolutely loved, and it was the actual social element, and it's saying yes and saying no. But it's saying no to things that aren't fuck yeses. And it's knowing what your fuck yeses are, so you go after them, because you can't say yes to everything and realistically get to a life you love and want to live.
This year, like, I'm still recovering from my injuries, you know, all that sort of thing. And I said to myself, it wasn't my New Year's resolution, because I don't believe in those things. Because if you're going to change something, you'll fucking change it any time of the year. Yeah. I just turned around and said to myself at the start of the year, you know what? It's going to be a fuck yes year. It was like, I think it was like end of February. And it's going to be a fuck yes year. So I just said yes to absolutely everything that I thought that I was going to actually get some joy out of. Not like, yes, I'm going to go out and do everything with all these people that make plans for me. I say no to so many people because I can't be fucked, because I like, hang on a second. Are you going to bring something to me that's going to make me feel good, or are you going to suck the fucking life out of me? Like, do I leave your presence and feel drained, or do I leave your presence and feel excited? Because I don't want to go and sit around with people that literally feel like they're sucking the essence out of your body, because they are so, I don't know, like, I don't even know how to describe this, but it's like they're a bloody leech for your emotion and your energy and your attention. And it's just like, and you leave your conversation like, oh my God, I just want to go curl up in a ball and die.
That is so gold. That is gold to end this on. I actually think I'm gonna read my wallpaper because it's right in front of my face, because that computer has nothing on it. When you take responsibility for your life, you develop what you need to accomplish your dreams. And I completely forgot that was the wallpaper, because I always have freaking tabs open. But that is something to remember. When you take responsibility for your life, when you take ownership, when you stop trying to put blame on other people, when you stop trying to play victim to whatever it is, your past, I'm not this, I'm not that, it's actually power to you. It's not the fact that we're being critical or harsh or whatever. You are giving yourself power because it's in your control. And when it's in your control, you can then take the steps to change it. And this is where overwhelm and anxiety come in, when you think you need to do all the things all at once, because you're in a rush and you don't realize the fact that you have your whole life ahead of you. Like, people, we're so myopic. I'm myopic too. Like, I've been working really freaking hard for 4 weeks. Why haven't I got a booty yet? Like, why haven't I got my ass back yet? Like, looking in the mirror, like, I still have a pancake on that side. That side looks better. They're so freaking uneven because of my hamstring. But why isn't it bigger? Like, it's been 4 weeks, Ruby. Like, you've only just opened up your hips 4 weeks ago. Like, when you work really hard, it makes sense to want to see the results straight away, especially when you're doing something you've never done before. And I'm experiencing it now, but not in the same way, because I've done this my whole life. But the fact that I had an injury, and now it's just like, okay, so now I'm trying to get my muscle back after I lost 3 kilos of it over lockdown. I'm trying to get it back, and it's a slow process, and I'm working my ass off. I am working my ass off, and I'm not seeing what I want for it. But I could be making progress. I just don't see it, because I look at myself every day. And that's exactly what I tell my clients, and that's what I tell myself. Because I actually tell myself that. How am I going to even know if I'm making progress? Because I can't see minuscule progress when I'm checking my ass every single freaking day I'm in the gym. Like, you're your harshest critic. And if you want results on macro levels, you are never going to see progress on the micro levels. And that's just fact. You didn't even see it yourself until because my girls are not allowed to compare their photos without me. My girls don't step on the scale. They don't do any of that shit. I
don't believe in scales. I think they are the fucking enemy. The only scales that I use are for my food.
That's the thing though. That's what people should be caring about. Because if you look after the inputs, the outputs look after themselves. Like, it's common sense. Track your inputs, have them in line with the person you want to become, and the outputs and the results look after themselves. And because I didn't like them comparing themselves photo to photo every 2 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever the hell they do, just to, I'm going to see if the seed's growing. Has the seed grown yet? I just dug it. Like, that shit only puts you down if you're looking at yourself in a way to say, oh, I haven't made progress fast enough yet. So they're not allowed to do it. So then I did it for her, and she's like, what the fuck? That's me? Like, was that me before?
looking at photos of myself, and every time I took my photos for you, I'm like, oh, I hate these photos, and I never looked at them. I take the shots for you, post all of the ones you needed, and then delete them.
And then I sent her the photos, and she's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Actually? Wow. I'm like, okay, I need you to go through your phone to find me all the oldest photos because I need to show you something that I just noticed, and then I'll show her something I just noticed. I'm like, do you see that line? You never had that line before.
Oh yeah, my side leg line.
I remember that day because I noticed that in one of the videos. I'm like, I need a photo of you in the same place under the same bar. Just like try to get one as slumped the same way so I can show you.
Oh, like when I was doing biceps one day, and you're like, see, you look at your guns, and I'm like, hell yeah.
I love it. Like this is the stuff that matters. So if you're not actually enjoying the process, if you're not experiencing life, what the hell are you doing this for? And if you are a mother to kids, what the hell are you doing? Like, honestly, what the hell are you doing? You are a role model to them. No matter what you say to them, they don't listen, they watch. And just as Jade said, I see it all the time with my mothers. I see it all the time. And it is amazing the changes that you make and how they impact all those around you. So with that, are there any parting words that you want to leave before I stop the recording?
You're not a victim of your past. Your past does not define who you are. You can be a hero of your own fucking story.
All of that. All of that. So if you like this podcast, reach out to me. And if you want to connect with Jade, let me know because I will. She actually supports workers' union. So if you are having issues with people being dickheads in your life, you know where to turn. But I will put a few little pointers in the caption thing below. And don't forget to rate this podcast. If you don't want to leave a review, don't worry, but leave it a 5-star rating and share it to a friend who needs to hear this, because I know people don't always like sharing into their stories, but there is someone that you can forward this to that needs to hear what Jade had to say, and maybe you might need to hear it again, or write a note of the time points in here that resonated with you the most, because that's something I do when I'm listening to podcasts that hit home. And with that, thank you for listening to the podcast, and I will catch you on the next one. Fuck is my mouse?